Hello, everyone. Good evening. Is it afternoon? Okay, it's the afternoon here. Good afternoon. I hope you can all hear me. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, let me know. Just drop a comment in the chat box. Let me know you can hear me. Okay. Let me go to. Okay. Let's go here right now. So if you can hear me, let me just drop a comment to the chat box. And if you're just joining us for the first time, please follow up and please like and subscribe so that every other person can get to see the videos and find value in it. Today I'm going to be talking about, I've been getting questions about where are we heading to, like where is Bitcoin heading to, like that. If you remember last month I did a video, I make a comment and a video about my projection about Bitcoin, and if you look at the chart, I didn't close the chart. That's what we're seeing right now. That's the chart I did last month about Bitcoin projection. And these are the lines that draw. Like my first target for Bitcoin is for it to actually consolidate, drop to around the 42,900 region. And what it actually did was to drop to that region, then consolidated, and now we're back up. And I said if it doesn't hold, then we actually would drop to around the 28th region before we bounced up. But I'm glad the first scenario actually held, and we actually back up right now. I think Bitcoin has crossed the giving us a new all-time high, and that is a very good signal. It's a very bullish signal anyway. But right now we are still in the daily. This is our daily candle. This is the day. This is today's candle. This is a 1 hour. What's called? This is a 24-hour candle right now. The greens and red are what we have on 24-hour candles. And what we have right now, it is yet to close. So I've been getting signals. Some people, when I dropped what's it called? When I dropped the video and the comment on the Telegram channel that we're going to have a jump around, that was on, I did the video on the 20th, I think. Yeah, it was then. Bitcoin was here. Then when I did video that it's going to dump, then we had this dump. I make another video about this, and that is where we had that's why I used the plan to draw my expectation on Bitcoin. So right now I'm going to give my update on the last video I did about, I think if you check my last live video, my last live session, you'll see what I'm talking about. So right now I'm going to be talking about my projections for Bitcoin. Now, because we're still in the what's called for 24-hour candle, and it is yet to close. I think the 24-hour candle is going to close in the next 14 hours thereabout. Yeah, in the next 15 hours it should close. So did I say 15? About 10 hours, sure, it should close. So what I'm projecting right now for, in the next 10 hours it should close. Now the closure of this candles, this last candle, this green candle, the green candle you hear seen here, the closure of this green candle will determine what will happen on Bitcoin, to determine the trend we are to expect. Okay, I think, which is much better. It will determine the trend you are to expect on Bitcoin long term. Okay, coming. Do we have any comments? Okay, it's going to determine the trend we're going to have in Bitcoin long term. Okay, so my projections for Bitcoin right now is still bullish. Like I made according to the comment I made on the Telegram channel this morning, yesterday. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin long term, but right now there's a possibility of a double formation, double top. What we're having right now is more parabolic movement of Bitcoin. We've been having the curve. Yep. Been having this, then possibility of forming the same formation. Having this cup formation. So having this cup formation, let me delete these old ones. Let me delete these old ones. These are obsolete already. They already went according to plan. These are obsolete already. So here. So my expectation on Bitcoin per se is going to be determined if you're going to, in the short term, okay, right? I mean, in the short time, if Bitcoin is going to go but if you're going to eat 60 to 70k, 65k to 70k will be determined by what happened on this candle. If this candle hold for the next 10 hours to 24 hours, if it holds above the previous high, which is around, the previous high is at our previous high is at around 58,200. That's our previous high. So if Bitcoin holds above this previous high for the next, is that it holds above it and stay consolidated, or it holds above it and break through, like it has broken through but is yet to hold. If we get reversed and comes down below this 58,200 region, then I will say Bitcoin has a tendency of going back downward. If we get rejected, if this 60,100 get rejected in the next 24 hours, then I feel we actually might come down. We might have a downward trend. Let me draw. Yeah, I think we might actually, if it did not hold for the next 24 hours, we might actually have a downward trend towards the bearish scenario. It is actually very unlikely. It is very, from what I'm saying, it is very unlikely. It's very unlikely. So I expect Bitcoin actually to break through, because we had the same thing. We had the same thing around this region, but it broke through. And if you see this candle, the candle that happened, the one we had on the 8th of February, broke through and held above the previous high, and you can see we go upward. Now, if Bitcoin actually breaks and hold above this previous high, then I expect a bullish scenario. But if it breaks and hold below this previous high, then I expect us to actually consolidate. Either we consolidate further or we dump. Now, my expectation of Bitcoin is actually to go. Okay. So my expectation, I told you, my expectation for Bitcoin is actually to get around $100,000 per coin. So my expectation right now is for the second scenario is we breaking above and we holding and keep going parabolic. Okay, holding and going parabolic, right? Continue the parabolic movement of Bitcoin, right? So this is my other expectation of Bitcoin. Like we actually can come down and keep going and keep forming like that. Else, if it holds below this 24-hour, if the 24-hour kind of goes below the previous high, then we should expect a reversal for consolidation, but it is highly unlikely. But if it does happen, then we are going down. If it doesn't, we hold above. If the bulls are able to hold above this region and hold it for the next 10 to 24 hours, then I believe we're actually going bullish. We're going probably we have to go and test the 70 region before we actually get consolidate and test the 100,000 region. And my expectation for Bitcoin, like I said, we always have a red match in the history of Bitcoin. Match is always a red. It's always kind of sideways or red. Is it that the market goes sideways or the market gets consolidated for a period for the period of March? And we actually started the March red early. I think we started towards the ending of February. That was on the 20th. On the 22nd, towards the ending of February, towards the now to the middle of March. Towards the end of it. That's it. Then now we're having the bullish match right now, and my expectation from the fundamental I'm getting and the information I've been getting in the market is like it's possible for us to have a reversal in April. There's a possibility for that. That's just fundamentals. But looking at the technical side of it, we technically overbought. On the daily we are technically overbought right now. Bitcoin is overbought it's almost getting overbought. It's still bullish. It's still giving a bullish signal, but it's still technically getting overbought. So, and right now that we have there's a rumor about the Binance investigation. If the rumors happens to be true, then you should expect according to what happened in 2020, the same thing. We have the same scenario on BitMEX. Like we have the same scenario with BitMEX in 2020, and we have that also happened in March, and 6 months after was when we had the dump. The same thing actually happened in this year, because I've been selling it. Bitcoin also always have a repetition of history. The history always repeats itself when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency generally, especially Bitcoin. The history always I just say history. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm trying to say history. The history always repeats itself in the Bitcoin market. Okay, so when you understand that, you should actually be able to use the historical data to be able to predict what will happen in the future, and that is what one of the things I'm looking at to be able to predict. Looking at the technical side of the market and the fundamental side of the market. So my expectation for Bitcoin short term is actually to the 65, 66 to 70k region. If this 24-hour candle breaks, as it has broken, if it holds above this for the next 24 hours to 48 hours, yeah, next 24 to 48 hours, if it holds above this previous high, then we're going below. But if it does hold below, if it breaks up and came back down and hold, because right now we're having a hammer formation, yeah. If this red, this I taught you guys about, I think I did a video about candlesticks. This if this actually occurred at the base of a candle, like it would actually occur here, like what happened here, that is a reversal signal for you if you're trading. And right now it's actually occurring in the middle of an uptrend. It's a signal that the price is actually going up, but it has not been validated yet. But if it actually occur, if it's a inverted hammer that actually occurred at the top of this candle, then I will tell you we're actually going down. But right now it actually occurred at the middle. And look at where it actually get to occur at the middle. There's still a bullish, it's still a bullish signal right now. So I still expect uptrend on Bitcoin market right now. So that's my expectation for Bitcoin. If you have any question, please drop, and please, if you find value in this slide, please like it and subscribe. Please share with your friends. The reason why I want you to like is so that other people can be able to find it and get access to it and be able to find value in it. Also, if you do find value, please share as well. And thank you for joining. And don't forget to trade smart. Do have a lovely day. But enjoy the rest of the day.